Hey everyone, Eezore here, and in this video I'm going to show you to get the achievement Family Ties for the game Earthlock. Now this is a two-part achievement. You need to both save Uncle Benjo and Ivy's father. Uncle Benjo you see as you go through the main story. Ivy's father is in the deer. You don't get him towards a little bit closer to the end of the game, so don't worry if you thought you might have missed him. He's just a little bit later. Saving Uncle Benjo is completely optional, although you do see that you free him here in the main story. In order to save him, it is kind of a little bit longer quest. There's a lot to it. So first things first, you do need to come talk to this professor. The nurse obviously said to go talk to the professor. You start talking to the professor, tells you, hey, yes, I can do it, but I need to decipher this code. You need to have Pat, which is what you do like literally right before you come down here and talk to the professor. You build Pat, and he's able to actually decipher tablets. So the tablet the professor gives you, just give it to Pat real quick. Pat will decipher it, give you the cure recipe. Once that happens, you have to come back to the professor and actually talk to him. He'll look at it and he'll tell you exactly what he needs. As you see here, it's a whole bunch of materials, and then you can just ask, then what? He tells you where each material actually is, so we'll start here with the dragon scale. It's from Fafnir. You just have to fight him. He's the one for the fire. The spirit sapling. That's going to be annoying. We'll get into that one a little bit later. Purified Air is going to be in the plains. That one's actually pretty easy to get. And then the potent shock root, which is just the third form of the shock root. So after all that, you do need to plant it into a tree that's either dead or alive. We'll kind of break everything down here. So first things first is the Purified Air. This is going to be over here in the Forest Glade. You should talk to the professor over here. You need to have done all of the floral side quests in order for him to give it to you. Once you give it to him, or once you do them all and you ask for it, he'll just give it to you real quick. So next easy one we're going to go through is the potent spark flower. And all you need to do is just level up the seeds. So as long as you've been doing the gardening, you should have a second form. Once you see that you need to get this one, you should be able to mutate the other flower, and it'll give you a potent shock root. So this next one here is going to be from Fafnir, the fight itself. All you need to do is just fight him and beat him. He's not too difficult. Just make sure you have a ranged fight. The melee attacks can't hit him. Once you're all said and done with that, he'll give you the dragon scale. He's pretty easy to get. And then the spirit sapling. This is a really annoying one because you pretty much have to go solve a couple of riddles and figure everything out. So you come over here. This is in the Tremeltree. If you follow the area towards the boss, there's going to be a little shaman sitting here. As you saw, he just gives you a little riddle. This is the first location. It's literally just directly north of him, like right past the campsite. So once you get to this log, you'll end up seeing Taika. Just use him real quick, and he'll spine something up. This second one just is not. Oh, this was not cool. I circled this pond nonstop every time. I was here for 20 minutes, so I finally ended up going, okay, I didn't find it. And that's why, is if you go over it too quick, you won't really even see the notifications. So biggest thing is if you run around with Taika, you'll actually get it. So this third one here, you're going to want to go back to the beginning where the pond was, and then you're going to go northeast instead of southeast where the shaman was. Just kind of follow this one all the way to the end. I didn't know it was at the end, so I was kind of like checking everything out along the way. But as you see here, it's going to be on the upper right on this log itself. Like I said, you can run around with Taika, or you can use Pat. I did Pat for the quick one, but once you go ahead and do that the third time, the little spirit thing will fly to the shaman. You talk to the shaman, and he'll give it to you. Then all you gotta do is just go to the Tremeltree where you fought the actual bone Tremel, the boss fight over here, and you'll plant the seed right away. It'll grow. You just gotta get the clay orchard, and you're good. Once that's all said and done, go back to the library, talk to Professor Porkins, and you're all good to go. Side note, you did need I think it's a healing elixir plus in order to grow that, so you can buy those a lot of places. Otherwise, you can make them. They're pretty easy, so just keep that in mind. You do need one of them. Once that's all said and done, you will save Benjo. Side quest complete. This one was kind of annoying, but luckily the second part of it is actually pretty easy. So once you get into the nadir and you start running around, you'll see here, this is the crashed ship. Once you actually enter it, you'll see all the survivors from the crash. One of them is Ivy's father, spoilers. And he will say that we can fix the ship, you just need to get some scavenged parts. So there are 5 parts in the overworld. This is going to be going towards the cavern. As you saw, I just picked it up. There was really no indicator as to what it was. It just said, hey, pick it up, and then you picked it up. So this is right before you see it up north there is the cavern itself. This next section is going to be right in front of Karba. You'll see this little train car here, and it's actually at the end of it. I didn't see it at first, but I ended up running around and grabbing everything, so just be aware of that. This next two, these last two, are going to be on little icicles that hang over things. As you see, it's at the very end there, so you just have to run up there and grab it, and it'll be there. And then this last one, I didn't find it first, but it's actually right above the airship itself, just right as soon as you get out of the underwater miles. So once you get all of the parts, go ahead and go back to the airship. They'll fix it, you'll be good to go, they'll say their goodbyes, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it for this achievement. Hope the video helped. If it did, go ahead and give it a like. If you like other video game related content, consider subscribing. That's kind of what I do. So thank you all for watching. I've been Eezore, and until next time, keep your story going.